Julian Fellowes has spoken candidly about the reasoning behind bringing Downton Abbey to a close, revealing that the rise of the Nazis in history played a key role in his decision. The beloved period drama, which captured global audiences with its depiction of life in an English estate across class lines, spanned from the early 20th century through the 1920s. Fellowes explained that he felt the show had reached a natural stopping point before it would inevitably have to address the darker historical realities of the 1930s. The series thrived on its balance between personal drama, social shifts, and moments of historical context. But Fellowes believed that introducing storylines tied to the rise of Adolf Hitler and the Nazi regime would fundamentally change the tone of the show. For him, Downton Abbey worked best as a blend of warmth, wit, and historical intrigue. And once the world moved toward war, the narrative would take on a far more tragic and somber direction. He wanted to preserve the unique atmosphere that made the series resonate with audiences rather than force it into a darker phase that risked overshadowing its charm. Fellowes also emphasized that the conclusion allowed the characters to finish their arcs on hopeful terms. By ending the story before the outbreak of World War II, viewers could remember the Crawley family and their staff in a relatively stable period, when optimism and tradition still held sway. It also gave him the chance to leave the audience with satisfying resolutions instead of watching beloved characters drawn into a conflict that would have drastically altered their lives. The choice to close the series when he did also reflects Fellowes' broader storytelling philosophy. He has often highlighted the importance of knowing when to end a narrative, rather than stretching it past its natural life. By drawing the line before the storm clouds of fascism became unavoidable, he ensured that Downton Abbey remained a celebration of an era, even as it acknowledged change and upheaval. This perspective has allowed the franchise to continue in other forms, including films, without being bound by the grim shadow of the Nazi years. Fellowes' decision highlights how history shapes drama, and how a writer's choices about where to stop can define how a story is remembered. Ending before the rise of the Nazis ensured Downton Abbey would maintain its distinct identity as a beloved portrayal of a bygone age.